Okay, Paul got the rest of his frozen rainbow trout out of the freezer, and it's thawing today. And then if it's thawed enough tonight, he'll put it in the brine and get it ready to smoke.
Hi, we're going to prepare some fish to smoke this afternoon. We caught them at North Twin Lake. Been waiting for an opportunity to smoke them. And what these are rainbow trout. Beautiful pink mated trout. We're going to save a few of them out for dinner tonight. And we're going to smoke the rest of them. They're all filleted and bone free. You can see. I start out with a half a gallon of water. Now I'm going to rinse all these real good. Check them for bones. Make sure they're all ready to go. We're going to save a few out for dinner. When I smoke fish, I use just a basic brine, which is pretty simple for anybody to use. I use a half a gallon of water, and as you can see, as I put the fish in, it fills the jar up with water and fish. And then in with our fish and our water, I'm going to put a half a cup of salt. And you want to use non-iodized salt for this. Canning salt, I use sea salt and canning salt both at different times. A half a cup of salt. And about a half a cup of brown sugar, which I never really measured. I just kind of dump it in there and eyeball it. Might be a little more than a half cup, but that's okay. The sugar and salt help to cure the fish before you smoke them. And I've got an old gallon mayonnaise jar. I just put a piece of plastic over the top and a lid. I put the plastic on there so that it'll seal good, and I'll turn this over 3 or 4 times during the evening, and I'll let it brine overnight. There's a lot of different recipes for smoking fish in this Lure Jensen electric smoker book, and I'd like to say just use a basic brine because that's what I enjoy eating. When I take them out of the brine tomorrow, I'll put them on the racks, and some of them I'll put pepper on, and some of them I'll just smoke with the brown sugar and salt. Good morning. We've had our fish curing all night in our brine, and we're going to open it up here and rinse it and pour it into a colander. It looks good this morning. I just give it a quick rinse, nothing fancy. Set the colander in the bowl. let it drip a little water out of it. And what I'm going to do is lay these out on these racks to smoke. Just like that. And we'll let them sit here for about half an hour. They'll develop what we call a pellicle on it. And when they get a little tacky, that's when you want to put them in the smoker, because they'll absorb the flavor of the smoke a little better. Okay. So it's been about a half an hour. So what we're going to do is take this out and get the smoker ready, and then we'll put this rack in the smoker and let it start cooking. So the next thing we're going to do is get the smoker ready. And to do that, I take this little pan someplace in this garage. There is a bag of chips, Smokehouse hickory wood chips. So we'll fill the pan with wood chips. Like so. Put them down here on the burner. I use a little Chief smoker, and the reason it's got the wooden box around it is because when you buy a little Chief smoker, on their instructions they say to leave it in the box. It keeps more of the heat inside. Well, the smoker is about 40 years old, and probably 10 years ago the box finally just went goodbye. So we built a little box to put around them. Put the lid on. Put the cover on it. I put a little towel over the top of everything. Keeps more of the smoke in. Extension cord. Plug it in, and we're cooking. Some people say to warm the smoker up before you start. I just plug it in and let it go. And I'll have to replace the pan of chips about every hour and a half. And I'll use 2 pans of chips today. And that gives you all the smoke flavor you need. If you put too much smoke flavor in there, your fish will turn bitter. And it'll have too much smoke on it. So just use 2 pans. You can use 3 if you want a little smokier flavor, but this will cook for probably 4 to 6 hours. And when the fish look the way I like to have them, we'll pull them out and show you, and they'll be ready to eat.
I need to cover this back up, but I wanted to show you it's cooking. See the smoke? See the smoke coming out?
It's been about an hour, so it's time to add some chips to our smoker. I'll show you how we do that. Pull the little door up. Take the pan out, maybe. Dump the ashes out of that one. And we put some fresh chips in there. Put it all back together again. Then we're all set for another hour or so. If you want to see what's going on in here, you can see the fish are cooking. Okay. There we have it. The fish are going to cook for a couple more hours before we put more chips on them. And I won't put a whole another pan of chips, just maybe a half a pan. Okay, so we got our fish all prepared last night and brined it all night. We put it in the smoker this morning. So now we're going to unveil and see what we have. Oh, it's beautifully smoked fish. It's rainbow trout. I'm going to leave it on the rack here for a couple hours and let it cool real good. Our weather's turned kind of cold on us here in the mountains, so they'll cool pretty fast. And then tomorrow morning when I get up, I will vacuum seal them, and they'll stay for quite a while with the vacuum sealer. I can refreeze it and take it out in 3 months from now, and it'll be just as good as it is right now. Of course, nothing is as good as when it's warm and fresh, but it'll be good. So we'll let it cool here where the dogs can't get to it for a couple hours. Then I'll take it in the house, vacuum seal it in the morning. Thanks for helping me out today.
Okay, I think I'm gonna take a few of these to keep in the refrigerator to eat, to snack on and make delicious meals out of. I think that's enough, or do we need another one? 3? I think that's enough.
Is that enough?
And the rest we're gonna put in the food saver bags.
Okay, so we got our fish all smoked up. So I'm gonna put them away in these seal meal bags. So we have all these in the vacuum sealers, and these fish can go back in the freezer for 3 or 4 months, and they're going to be just like they are right now as far as eating. You can keep them in the refrigerator for 3 weeks or a month, and then you can freeze them again for a couple months. They are ready to go. Thanks for stopping by.